Evening everyone, how are we doing tonight? Welcome along Stephen SG Milton 1174. How are we all doing? So we have come back onto the west coast again tonight. I think we'll be here most nights. We may do the odd 19 one during the week. Hey Rabbit Man, how are we doing today? So we're up in the yard. We're on day 3 of spring now. We have leaves on the tree, and all trees, bushes, grass is growing. Everything is away, which means we need to think about doing some drilling. Get these crops in the ground. We've got one field to plough still. Troll away, Dal. But remember, even mods can be timed out by me. We need the John Deere back because we're going to need a loader. Forgot about that little trick. Why do I always go to the front loader attachments? We have nearly one full pallet of wool there. I'm good, thanks. So let's head back down the yard. What have you done now, Stephen? So we need the white for this. So what we'll probably do is pick up some seed bags on the way. Fertilizer bags, as the drill does both. I suppose you've done well, Stephen. That must be a good few weeks since you were last in hospital. So we're going to have that problem, this white obviously has fallen over. Oh, you're away tonight then, 1174. That's how I used to watch streams before I became more involved in them. I always used to watch them on the TV. Hey GD, how are we doing tonight? Quite sure how that fell over because I hadn't hit it. Oh, I've slightly changed your little announcement, GD, on here to suit the new requirements. Only works for admin 1174, that one. Mods and myself can do that. Okay. I did see a certain game involving trains in the name pop up in the corner of my screen at one point, GD. Which concerned us. That weight does not want to be picked up. So I can't upright it with the forks. I thought you'd like the new sort of announcement I put in there. Thought that sort of fitted with your new logo and everything, that one. There's no collision on the top link bracket on this. made it incredibly hard to upright after it fell over. So I might just have to reset it in a moment. I'm okay, Stephen. Why do you think I don't seem very well? We've just heard you do enough raging about that, Dal. Oh, I don't know why that is. I'm okay. Don't think anything's dropped any lower than it was earlier in the day. To make my voice deeper. Going by the conversation in TeamSpeak a little while ago, GD, yes it is. So I ain't got the bag handler, so I'll have to just use this to grab some fertilizer. The bag handler's up the yard. See what fertilizer we've got down here. So I'm not going to use the fill points. Oh, that happened a long while ago, GD. I won't round my knees if I go any further. So I should have a good selection of fertilizer in here. These bags will do nicely. Can't remember how many I can pick up with these forks. It's just 2. So it says 600 litres in the shop, but actually 1,000 litres a piece, these bags. Due to damp grass, Stephen? If I get back up the yard, it'll be a miracle, these two. They're not as good as the 19 ones because they don't sort of float on the forks. And they do have a habit of dropping off. Especially that one on the right, which isn't really on. I'm not sure how that's holding, but it's there. Oh, lovely. It's bad enough baling hay, let alone grass for silage. As everything's grown, it might mean we could put some more fertilizer on. I'm going to put tramlines in the field first when we drill these ones. We've got 3 fields ready to drill, I think, from memory. So set this down outside somewhere out of the way for now. Probably down alongside the barn here. That's out of the way there. I've got to work out how we could fill this up with a loader. I know how we're going to get it round and turn round. I think there's a lot of people reinstalling 17 still at the moment. I think for seasons alone, if nothing else. Ground's a bit wet at the moment on here. That ain't gonna stop me though. See, that's because for once, GD, you're being sensible. I never uninstalled it either. Okay, so that one's not fertilizer. Back one must be fertilizer. Have to take one of them bags off. It's where both of them come off, or none of them come off usually. These ones. Looks even better with these skybox mod in it. Okay, so that's not going to take the fertilizer from them bags, this drill. Works with the other drills. Not these ones. Interesting. Let's use them fertilizer spreader instead. Certainly is, Milton. I'd recommend anyone who's playing 17 tries to install that. It only goes in your mod folder like a normal mod. Try filling up with that fertilizer from ground level, I suppose, and see what happens. That's one. I think that drill does both anyway. Okay, so seeds in. Let's try filling up that fertilizer from ground level. See what happens. If not, I'll have to go round to the fill point and get some, which isn't going to be easy with this drill. Nothing's easy with this drill if it involves going backwards. Something I've lined without for entirely. Shan't be going backwards too far in the fields with it, that's for certain. Whoops. Mind you, nothing gets on with course play. And that may not have been that combine. If you're running the patch. Okay, now it's going to fill up the fertilizer. And diesel. Forgot we're that close to the diesel tank. Right, so what shall we put in this field then? Do the one down the road first. I'll check I've got proceed in actually. I think I have. So wheat, barley, or canola really the options. Don't want to be doing soybean. Right. So get this right. Pro seat is there. So keypad 7. There we go. 2.5 drill shut off. We need to set the tram lines. Try and remember how to do this now. There we go, distance 24. Put it in manual to start with. That could actually be an auto with this one. So let's just keep an eye on that, because if I lift the drill up any time, that'll switch over to tramline. Actually better to do that first heading around in manual. I think I've left the ground response mod installed by the looks of how that tractor's up to. So if you do this and lift the drill up with it on auto, you'll just switch it over onto tramline. Hey Austin, how are you doing? We don't want to buy any more arable fields for this season on here, otherwise we won't be able to get them all harvested. This is all light drilled. So next time round will be tram line. Just need to be 12 metres from the hedge. The first one. So 8 metre drill. 8 on the first one. 4 metres to the middle of the second one makes 12. If my math skills are right. Let's tighten this corner up a bit. It's on tram line now. Press number 8 to do that on the keypad. It's 7 to bring the HUD up. 9 to switch half the drill off, which we don't need to do with this one, but we would if it was a 6 metre. So we should now have a set of tram lines coming in behind us. So there should be a set of tram lines there. Can't actually see them behind this drill, which is interesting. Most of the drillers you can see them behind. Let's hope that's working. Supposed to leave you two undrilled lines behind it so you can see them. Certainly is 1174. Problem is, at the minute this doesn't seem to be working how it should do. We'll know when they come up. So if you've done a 6 metre drill and you want 12 metres from the head from the hedge for the first tram line, you do your first drill width as half the width of the drill, so 3 metres, then the full 6 metres. Then next time you go round, the middle of the drill is 12 metres, there's your first tram line. And the computer does all that for you. I'm just hoping that that's actually behaving and doing what it should do on there. If not, we'll have to change the drill for another one. That's the whole point of using it. And who said you don't need maths to work on a farm? Tram lines are made in the middle of the drill where those two yellow markers are there. So that's where your tram lines are. So 8 metre drill to the middle of the drill is 4 metres. So you've got 8 metres this side, another 4 makes 12. So you've got to be able to work out where you do half the drill width first, which you would with a 6 to get to it. I'm not going to confuse you further with asymmetrical tram lines. They confuse anyone. Not quite sure if this drill is actually leaving them. Well, we won't know until it comes up. So there's supposed to be 2 cultivated marks down the field for the tram lines. Kind of put me off this drill because all the others leave them. That's confusing me now because I can't actually see the tram lines. Alright, once we get on GPS and going up and down the field, and put on auto then. Hoping this drill hasn't got a glitch with it where it comes to proceed. So I haven't actually used this one with it before. Use the Vardastat with it, the Porsche with it, or the in-game Vardastat rather. Just not this one. And all of them left me something to see. as did the Amazon drill. If we did buy more fields, we could always put fodder radish on it for this season. It's a green manure crop. We'll know by in Monday's stream whether that's done it or not. So fingers crossed on that one. To get the GPS set up. We'll drill the field this way about, I think. This time. Right, so we now need to put this onto auto. Now, every time we lift up and down, it's probably my fault it won't leave tramlines actually because I turned it off by the looks of it. Let's try that and see what happens. Turned off the pre-emergent tram lines. Hopefully not all of them. We shall see. This time we should get some marks behind us. There we go. If you use it with two narrow drills, we obviously have a slight issue with the drill catching the tram lines again. Hey Michael, how are we doing? On the tram line when we go back, that's 24 metres between them. Pleased to hear it. So I take it Dal's gone to put an ice pack on his head now to cool it down from our tramline maths session. Not the right time of day for subjecting you to maths, is it, Dal? Mind you, neither 7 o'clock in the morning, but that's beside the point. Tramlines do work better when we're using GPS. It's easier. Yeah, they're all nice maps, weren't they? 1174, well, aren't they? I should say. Well, that'll make a change. Anyone who's done drilling in real life will know 9 times out of 10 that the tram line always falls on the telegraph pole. He's missed that one. That's one pull. Oh, SG's woken up again. You wait, that next tram line will slam straight in the middle of that pole over there. It's bound to. Can't be lucky twice with them. You might miss it again. Evening Chunky, how are we doing? Long time no see. Yep, the pole is right on the tram line this time. I'll let you work out what I'd say if that had happened in real life, especially if I was the one doing the spraying afterwards. It wouldn't be repeatable on this live stream. Let's get a tramline on the pole. Oh, rather you than me. Norfolk is about as close as I want to get to London. It's about 100 miles from where I am. That's plenty close enough for me. Now we'll just drill over the top of one of them. So what have you been doing down London then, Chunky? Oh well, justifiable reason to go there then. Alright, that's first field drilled. It would have been better if I'd remembered to turn the tram line on the headland. Just going to do the other one now. At some point we may buy that one. With the potatoes on. Check on our sheep as well at some point. Ooh, sweaty metalheads. Won't they rust? Possibly 1174. Possibly. But don't forget, as this is 17, I have access to another type of harvester in this one. Barley on this field. Put the tram line back to manual and turn them off. Don't know if that field's actually planted with potatoes yet or not. So I put some water in the sheep by the looks of it. Already got 2 more. So field 16 is harvested, apparently. See what happens if that's planted again with them. I may get tempted then. one barley, one oilseed rape so far. We've got the one up the sheep farm to drill as well, which we'll go and do. We'll have to call in the shop and get another bag of fertilizer en route though. Got 2 fields left to drill. One arm's a lovely awkward shape. Have another go on here tomorrow night when that'll be day 4 of spring. That's the plan at the moment anyway. They're lurking in chat with you somewhere, Chunky. He's performing CPR and something else again for that game he's playing. I think I'd rather take my chance of him give me the kiss of life. Don't be thinking about. Might want to check that spelling out there, Dal. What are you trying to say about poor Chunky? You try to say Chunky was like the bride of Chucky or something there? Not have another senior moment there in TeamSpeak, is he? Having plenty of them lately, aren't you, Dale? we can see where the tram line is on the headland. Got to go through them twice with the sprayer yet. Fertilizer sprayer if we get one. Be careful in the corners that you don't over drill them again. You get a steep one like this. Occasionally miss a bit through that. Told me the idea of doing the 17 series again. I'm sort of chatting about it elsewhere today. Let's see what you guys thought tonight on that one. What you'd like to see. I've been looking at the channel statistics and 17 is doing just as well as 19. Which doesn't surprise me. If you guys would like to see me do a 17 series, I'm more than happy to. I think I've started something chunky, getting a lot of people reinstalling 17 now. I'm playing the West Coast again. Started as an experiment. This is the third stream now. To see how it went, and it's done really well, so we're going to stick to it. Might do the occasional Metagroove stream on 19. Keep that going as well. Split the week up a bit. What I'm thinking of probably doing is I'll do 19 on a Tuesday and a Friday. I usually only do a short stream. Takes about 2 to 2.5 hours to do a day and seasons on here. Not at all, 1174. Recorded 2 episodes on 19 today for the videos. I'm fed up with it. A lot of it's about giving you guys what you'd like to see as well. BB is doing what's a private friends map for 17 Chunky, not a public release one. There is one out there, but it won't be released. Not unless things change. Evening without, how are we doing? You're in for a treat tonight then. I've already fried Dal with the maths of it. He's going to have a lay down with an ice pack on his head. So the next one down will be a tram line. I'll Obviously not full 24 because we've overlapped some up there. Hope I'll have enough fertilizer to finish this field. It works really well with GPS. How's the steam fare today without? Welcome back, Stephen. Seconds, I'll be back with you. Just check Discord, Milton, Dal, please. Well, someone's done a Lemken drill with tram lining on, so I'd say there's a chance. Be nice to see it. Did like using it in 17. Comes as second nature if you're used to tram lining in real life, really. Lost count how many tram lines I've put in over the years and driven up and down. This makes putting fertilizer on so much easier and spraying in game. Can't remember who made it, Stephen, without going looking through all the files. Need some good old wide lines up here. I know a lot of people found it very confusing to work with. But if you got your head around it, it's easy. It's just getting your head around it. Should have already read what I said before I okayed that. So we got a pallet of wool if that's what it was. Definitely wasn't on console, Stephen. Just a script mod. There's no way that could get onto console, unfortunately. It wasn't in the base game. We might run out of fertilizer before we're finished on here, unfortunately. Have to fill up from the yard tanks if that's the case, which is going to be fun with this drill. It's just told me it's low on fertilizer. That's what beep was. To know then, Stephen, because Proceed definitely not console from memory. Might have enough fertilizer. Let's see. Not too much left there. We ain't gonna get back down the field with that. So we're on number 2 when we come back. Just in case we get in the medal. Yeah. I presume you've seen the video I put in my Discord, have you, Stephen? That one is seed. Drill is a bit of a nightmare in this farmyard. It's one of the mod contest entries. Well, 2 of them in one video, actually, a class Roland Uni wrap and a trailer, which I found on YouTube earlier. I've got to try and get out of here. Drill does do some funny things when you get a certain angle with it. I know it's really the wrong brand for you, Stephen. Certainly have 1174 put them on my Facebook page. Right, so we've got more than enough fertilizer now to do everything else. Not sure what that hit there. Don't see anything sticking up while that hit. Yeah, I think VFS FTN shared it as well. That one. Have a little tiddly tram line right in the end there. Don't think it will be somehow, Stephen, I guess. I bet it could be removed though. It's well the same person who done the Groomy GT harvester we've got in 17. 76 max. He done, I think he's now got the sulky fertilizer spreader out in 19. This is exactly what you got to be careful of with tram lines. It's flipped itself over onto tram line. For some reason. No, I haven't, Stephen. Where's that one? The tram line's just playing up at the moment. Let's go and sort that. If you mean the fs19mods.com site, I'm not using that one at the moment. Trying to avoid using it where possible. Right, let's go and do our field up the sheep, and that's all 3 load fields done. They do look good with the tram lines across them. Yeah, I do have some out of garbage on there at times. This field shouldn't take too long to drill with this thing. It's only a little one up here. We'll just have a look what that great demand was for as well. If it's wool and the price is up, we'll be selling the pallet. Time we drill 3 headlands around this field, I think there'll be too much more left. While this unfolds, we'll just check the selling page and see what that was. It was wool. We'll be selling a pallet that very, very shortly then, at that price. So I would have to guess that pallet, yeah, that's full. Barley in here. Won't go that far, Stephen. Just had this opinion. I'm not going to get on to him for having an opinion like that. I don't really want it discussed in chat here either, though. Please. Thanking you. Tree there. See if I can hit it next time. Give us a nice bit of straw. May have to think about getting a bigger baler to deal with the straw. A lot of small bales to deal with. And I've now got that nice New Holland conventional baler in 19. Nice-ish. as Tom said in the comment on the review video I done a little while ago, just need a sledge and a grab for them conventional bales now. Yeah, could well do, Stephen. There's some interesting mods coming out in that, and maps. Might well do. I think Seasons is going to be a turning point for it though, for 19. A lot of people miss playing with Seasons. How far off it is at the moment. I think there's a few weeks off yet before we see it. Certainly am, Stephen. Seasons is not a 2-minute mod to get incorporated in the game. It's been harder to get into 19 than it was in 17 as well. The whole game needs to be updated to accommodate for it. A few people says what patch 1.4 was about, or some of the patch. That as well, Milton, which Nathan said shouldn't be a big job if it's like it was in 17. 5-minute job. We're going to start down the road end on this one. It's the straightest edge on here. Just fill this little corner in and we'll be away. Over into auto then. Once we've got GPS set up. I mean, last time it came for PC first, didn't it? Because a couple of updates had to go for console. Be it load on there. So on the right one. when it comes to that sort of thing, it depends what's actually being coded in the game itself. If Giants release an update for console with that script into the base game, it'd be allowed. I think that's how it works from memory. Something in the base game, it's allowable. Just can't have modded scripts on there. I think that's right anyway. I doubt someone will say if it's not. Well, last time Giants done an update to be able to allow seasons to come onto console. What we're told. I see no reason why they wouldn't try and do something similar this time. I wouldn't have thought so, Stephen. Given that one of the season's creators works for Giants, I'm not sure how that would sort of work. Given there's a cash prize involved. As to guess, it's like most things, employees cannot enter when there's a financial reward. Could be wrong there, but that's how it seems to work in most other companies. Competitions are not open to employees. Whether that's the same there, I don't know. Right, that's 3 of our forward fields nearly done. The other one ain't ploughed yet, so we'll have to get on with that. We need to sell that wool first. I've not had it crash much on PC without, to be fair. Yeah, that too without its existing mod being revamped for 19. I don't know, GD, to be honest. So I'm not using the ridge markers. It's certainly not putting them out and doing it for me. The drill's got ridge markers, but it's not going in and out. I have to try on the next field I do. No, mod is made. It's realismus modding done season, Stephen. But one of them actually works for Giants now. Yeah, but I seem to remember being said that Giants deliberately released a update with this season scripting to allow Sony and Microsoft to allow it on console because they liked it so much. Yeah, we'll try on the next field, GD. I've got to plough it first. Just let you listen to the tyre sounds on the way back. Go and grab our pallet of wool. Don't really tend to use the markers on drills, to be honest. Certainly is, Stephen. Sounds just like a set of flotation tyres on a silage trailer to me. Yeah, I had a feeling that's what it was without when I was looking at it. It's got to be Pro C, because that's one of the ones we had on there, GD. It's got to be. It's the only one I can think of what would even attempt to do it. That'll do us for drilling for today. John Deere again now, and the pallet forks and the sprayer. Set that weight down against something this time so it can't tip over backwards, in theory. Get a sprayer on the back of this and pallet forks on the front. Go around via the shop to fill up. There's a IBC of fertilizer still in there. Evening, Reno, how are we doing? Final week of school final day of school is my favourite time. It depends what really happens in the next few months, I think, GD, in that respect. No chance, Stephen. No chance that come to 19. If it does come to 19, it'll be another dodgy convert by someone without permission. Bill isn't modding for 19. He said even if he was, West Coast needed rebuilding from the ground up to make it work. For the new system. It's already been converted once, so there's never any chance of the West Coast coming across, even when he was talking about doing maps for 19. No, I don't think it would, Dal. All maps have got to come to an end sometimes between game versions. And West Coast at its best in 17, so that's where it's going to be staying. Got him well trained then without. I'm still toying with the idea of getting cows at the moment as well. Something else on here? So we'll take this up Wednesday as there's a great demand for it. I have no idea on that one, Stephen. Yeah, that's another good point, GD. New maps would be nice as well. We know what to expect with converts like Oakfield, etc. It's nice to see them, but we already know what they're going to be like. There's something like Medgroove, we didn't have a clue what that was going to look like. Yeah, there's some nice new maps coming in that in the Dell. You know, Dusty and Oxy have done one for it. I presume they're both still doing it. Sandy Bay ain't going to rest. That's one of the ones Oxy did say he was doing. He's rebuilding Sandy Bay to 15 standards, I think he said. No, that's no good, Reno. There's a lot of people do like Sandy Bay, that's the thing. So I think we can spray this again. I'm good, thanks, Reno. Off work for a week or so now. This is always good. I've got this sprayer works in reverse to every other sprayer in the game. Down is up and up is down on the booms. To change that. Ooh, that'd make a nice messier hedge in untrained hands. I've seen what untrained hands can do with them things. Mind you, I've seen what some well-trained hands can do with them as well. Or supposedly well-trained hands. Look like an army of rabid beavers have been chewing at a hedge if someone gets them wrong. Let's hope they're as good as people are making them out to be then, Stephen. Now, Lancy's one looks good. Not seeing too much of Oxy's. And Dusty's looks good. Ah, but you're of the younger generation, Renault. Us old timers like the things that we grew up around. Usually. Always be the older Fords that have a place in me. Not really looked at that one too hard, Stephen. Not yet. Even the best maps can have problems with them, or what look to be the best maps. Careful where you go, Milton. Because you look even older tractors than I do. You tell him without, but carefully. He's not used a band hammer for a little while. He gets a little grouchy if he hasn't timed anyone out. Gets a little bit bad tempered, wants to start sending people down the mines and that sort of thing. Right about now, he's probably swearing about me in TeamSpeak. I thought you'd like them, Stephen. Not surprised, Reno. You'll be one of them too one day, Milton. Thing is, Milton, you're more forgetful than some of the older ones in the stream at times. Where you're going with accident, Stephen, you might stay, young chap. I bet those doctors at the hospital just roll their eyes when you walk in there and think, what's he done this time? Buy some more fertilizer before we head up the cow farm. Yeah, by no means the youngest one in here, Milton, as you well know. I bet they just get the tray of needles and stitching material out ready for you now, and then they see you walk through the door. I think Milton's a bit partial to the old Fendt GT as well, Renault. I heard a rumour they might be naming the next hospital wing after Stephen. About the time he's spending there, they go call it the Stephen Nesbitt wing. Now it's you who's having the car park named after you without. So we've got 2 more fields to do down this way. Stop off at Winstone and get some fertilizer. I think we can buy it from in here. Maybe not. Nope. I think we can get it from up Sheep Farm though. do that field up there first. We ain't got enough to do this one. Get from shop as we're close enough. Oh well, if you had to wait 3 hours, at least you weren't bleeding too badly. Okay, Night Reno, thanks for paying us a visit tonight. Yep, and as I tell people on the training course as I do, every time you rush, that's usually where you end up with an accident. You aren't paying full attention to what you're doing. Hey someone, all good here? How you doing? Like you're all over here Twitch by yourself there. I'll send you some company over there. Yeah, this is 17. No, you go in, Milton. They just roll the red carpet out for you now, don't they? It's like a royal visit. Well, you won't get me singing. Last time I tried to sing the Aorus PCA turned up, thought I was strangling a cat. Not sure yet. Without, we'll see how we do. Usually do a full day, basically. So I usually go through to sort of 6:30, 7 on here. Still won't sing. Leave that to someone else do that. You will not get me singing on here. Okay, catch you later without. Thanks for visiting. Hey SG, how we doing? So you hopped over there now. GD singing is worse than mine, Stephen. I'm good, thanks. Might just do the grass up the sheep farm now. Now, I thought you told me a few months back, SG, that 17 was dead to you and you'd never play it again. Well, his singing ain't too great either, Steve, but that's who we'll leave it to. Trying to gain subscribers, not losing by singing. No, you told me that 17 was dead, buried, done with, you'd never ever play it again, wasn't worth keeping it installed. I tried to forget about hearing it, Stephen. There's a little grass field done at the back here. Evening, Milton. I see you've hopped over there now. I would say give yourself a little tap to the skull, Steve, but knowing you go and knock yourself out and need hospital treatment for it. One of my mates has knocked himself out twice now, accidentally. He once needed hospital treatment, and that was his wife's fault. She dropped the loft hatch jumping on the back of his head and knocked him unconscious. The other time he walked into his hedge cut when he's changing flails on it. Knocked himself stone cold out on the floor. The loft hatch one was a bad one, he had to have stitches for that. We did ask him what he'd done to upset her. He said something like waking up in the morning. Don't know what he meant by that. Right, that leaves the ones up the cow farm to do now. Not bad for another day's work on here. Leaves us one field to plough and drill in the next stream, which will be tomorrow night. Have you got any plans for streams at all tomorrow, GD? You're still lurking? So it'll be tomorrow night and might be Monday night. Yeah, it is 1174. Loved it from the first minute I found that mod. With this sprayer, it's brilliant. 24 metre sprayer with that, and the shape fields on here, it's perfect. I'm tempted to buy another grass field when we're up the cows. We've got the money to do it. We'll go this way this time. Probably get this field done up here, then that may well do us for today. I could start clearing that bigger field today on here. That'll be the next stream. So it could be tomorrow night. Depends what time we get started. So it could be at least 2-hour streams. If I can't do a 2-hour stream, we'll do a 19 one. More than likely, or Farmer's Dynasty, or maybe even Per Farming, we'll see. Yeah, I've got the 6810 as well. We got this pack with the 66, 68, 69. I've also got the 6810 from the Half Bergman pack. I think 6-day season is going to work quite nicely on here. So get the next stream out of the way. I think then we can probably cut grass in the last phase of spring on here, from memory. Best bits here, you haven't got to worry about the crops growing in blocks at seasons. If you're a bit late drilling anything next to another crop. No, Peterville ain't actually too bad, Stephen. Just depends what you like, really. Everyone's got up a map they can't get into. See what we've got in the storage. Yeah, Oakfield is one I can't get into in 19. Hence why Arthur has moved back to Marwell full time. Judging by the views of the ones on Oakfield, neither could anyone else get into it. Unfortunately. Oakfield works better as MP, I think, in some respects. It's a big map. Also a map which was heavily streamed before it was released again on 19. Which doesn't tend to do a lot of good at times. That's why I deliberately didn't live stream Meadowgrove. No, done 1 or 2 episodes a week maybe of it prior to release. Certainly didn't overly cook it in that respect. So it spoils for people who can't do it yet. Yeah, there is that too as well, 1174. I don't like courseplay. So I think buying that field in front of us there, which is a nice size. I might have to upload this to an MP server for something I've got in mind, but we shall see. I might just have to do a private MP on it for something in the future. We shall see with that one. A bit of a pain if you got to upload loads of mods to the service. Sort of thinking ahead, if I want to do cows, we're going to need more grass than I've got at the moment. Or even with the sheep, we're going to need more for the winter. The quantity we're going to have. To be honest, Stephen, those ones I took a picture of yesterday I've had nothing to do with. That's not what I was there for. That's something else. Last one I drove was 2011 and I wasn't impressed, to be fair. That's why we didn't buy one where I was working at the time. The aircon was hopeless on a hot day. There's an idiotic bar down the middle of the back windows, right slap bang in your line of vision for what we were going to use it for. I didn't want to be staring through it all day whilst it's potato harvesting or destoning. And I wasn't overly fond of how the direct transmission was working. It was too awkward. Not precise enough for what we were using. Probably improved it quite a bit since then. The direct hadn't been about too long back then. I have Milton. We had one on demo for 2 days. T-Series. Many years back I used to drive a Vulture Valmet. There's one on the farm I worked on. 8000 series one, I can't remember which model, it's the little one of the series. Be 8100, something like that. With the 3 gear sticks. Very much a Marmite tractor for a lot of people. Yeah, I've got someone locally run several of them. Shut it, Milton. Behave yourself. Don't make me come out of game and get you. Because you know I'll do it. You found that out before. Last time you made comments about me liking vultures, you disappeared for 5 minutes. Of course, we're trying to do this fairly realistically, and there isn't much danger to vultures on this map, even though there is a train on here in the sea. Okay, catch you later, GD. Thanks for visiting. Are you backpedaling, Milton? Yeah, there is an element of that to it as well. 1174. I don't know what the newer ones are like for, but I know the old ones are very, very good in forestry. It's what they're basically designed for. Yeah, spray these again. We'll be using the GPS. So the little fields we'll be doing with the mower, but something like this big one we'll do with the combine. That's the plan. Get when it's its heaviest crop on here, because we've missed the fertilisation chance now on this field. If you're buying it late, you might as well have the one next door to it as well while we're up here. What they cost on this map. So one thing I did like about this map was the low prices of everything, field wise. I don't know if we can actually lift this high enough to get over the walls without folding up. Probably not. No. That's it, 1174 is too many electrics. That's what one of my clients I've been to did say. They do run a newer Vulture, but they have problems with branches catching electrics. No matter how many guards and panels they cover up on there, it still happens. Better buy it before we try and put the fertilizer on it. So, you know, 25, 3/4,000, so we can easily cope with that. And gives us plenty of space for any sort of cow antics we get up to on here. Very true, 1174. Say the most reliable tractor we had on the farm when I left school. Bear in mind this was the late 90s. We still had 2 super majors. And it didn't matter how cold it was, you could go straight onto them, push that lever down on the side, and they'd start straight away. usually without cold start as well if you got it right. Whereas you go to something like the Ford 7810, 6610, the 6600, particularly the little McCormick International we had, that was a nightmare. They would never start when that was cold. The 7810 wasn't good at it. It was a close run thing between the McCormick and the 7810 for the worst starters in the cold. Same engine from memory in the 8210, 7810. Just a nightmare when that's cold. Yeah, well, look at what country the Vultures and Valmets were made in, Stephen. If they don't start in the cold, you've got a problem. In Finland made. Right, I think that should do us now with grass. We have... let's have a look. So we now own 21, 22 and 30 of grass. 81, 82, 83 of grass as well. All we've got left to do is field 14 of arable now. So we're doing well there. We've got a few fields with missions on down there. Now 7, 8, 10 never suffered from that, and that's unusual, and 8, 2 did as well. It's usually the more the smaller ones. We had LTW25 that never had a spanner laid on it other than servicing. Right up till it hits 6,500 hours when the gearbox main shaft snapped on it. Which was repaired, and then the tractor went down the road. Bear in mind the tractor was 1991 and this was by then 2002. Any more grass fields, we'll have to buy them later on. I think we'll have enough now. Blimey, that's bad luck. 1174. You sound like you've got an 8210 like an 8630 where I used to help someone. That was in need of its third engine by 6,000 hours. See, that blew the engine every 2,000 hours, that tractor. Or 3,000 hours, sorry, that one. Something like that. 2,000-3,000 hours. 6,000 hours we go hire the tractor out on potato carting job. Chap I was working for at the time said, could I just drop the oil and change it on there? When I dropped the oil I took one look at it and rang him and said, I think you better come and have a look at this. Looked a bit grey in colour. Not much, but just had that little sort of grey tinge to it. He took one look at it and said, yeah, I think I better sell that. Sold it, and it done 3 hours with the new owner before it done something rather nasty and needed an engine rebuild. Sold in working order, no warranty employed or given, luckily. None of us expect it to go that quick. Has your driver settled down a bit now, 1174? Is he still a bit upset about the roller? Actually, the sheep need another bale or some water in there, thinking about it. So we'll head up there and do that. Won't be much longer now, Daniel. Welcome along. What are we now? 6:30 in game. So once we've done these sheep, that will probably be doing us for tonight. We haven't actually bought a pressure washer yet either. I think we'll be alright to move the water tank around the sheep farm with this tractor, so getting out of the river we have a problem. Yeah, I bet it is 1174. Much easier. Those old rollers are hard work on the tractor as well, aren't they? So I presume that was a vibrating one you had. So next stream we'll be getting that last arable field ready to go. See how we get on with that. We've got Meadow Grove going out at 7 AM tomorrow morning, followed by Peterville on Monday currently. We'll see where we go from there this week. At the moment it's a Peterville on Monday, that might change. Yeah, certainly can live 74. Yeah, we did have someone in with a vibrating roller on our farm tracks a few years back where I was working. Graded them all off and rammed them down again with that. Done a really good job. He actually made himself a road scraper out of the front end of an old self-propelled one. Impressive bit of kit once he'd ripped the tracks up. Wonders what he's doing to our tracks when he put a great big ripper through them first. And then graded them off. Whacked them down again. Joys of growing potatoes and sugar beet on the farm. You get them off in the wet conditions, your tracks take a hammering for it. See if the old tractor sits and spins this time when we hook the tanker on. Should be alright up here. Move it on the flat, it's just on riverbeds, it's not very good. I think that'd do a good job of that. So we see how the sky is different on here to normal. My next in-game day, that'll change the game with that mod pack we've got in here. I'd recommend anyone goes and downloads that from FSUK. 2 of them. There's 2 Sky packs you need to download to get it to work. Don't think we need any more fodder in there yet. Not really, that'll be alright for a little while. Getting 2 sheep a day in there, which ain't bad. Build our numbers up nicely. Just make sure we've got enough hay for next winter. I think we might get a bigger baler for doing some of that as well. There's a little conventional one. Might get a second trailer for that conventional baler as well, so we can swap between them. Nothing new has dropped on there yet, Stephen. I know there's a few in with them for testing, but nothing new has arrived yet. It's just speed time up a bit on here for now. I want us to be able to see the night sky on here tonight. With that mod in. So we're not going to be doing anything else on here tonight, job wise. Just want to get dark now. So obviously I can't skip night time for, I think it's 8 PM anyway, to get through to the next day on here. So as usual, when we finish I'll pop a link to today's video in chat, which is Peterville again. Light is going now on here, that's good. No, I haven't, but we have got a local dealer for them here. Who's someone I know, I've dealt with. So I'm just gonna give us a little bit of height. See out to the sea there, as it's getting dark. So we shouldn't get the same sky 2 days in a row on here, I don't think, though. Thanks, Rabbitman. I try my best. I might not always succeed, but I do try. I've been told I'm incredibly trying by numerous people over the years. See how the sky changes on here now. Yeah, the sky has made a great map even better, basically. I have looked at been on CPF with it through one day, but I've done a few days on here on another save game to have a look. Bet you're even more tempted to download it now, 1174. You wait till you see the sky once it's dark. Just speed up a bit more, because it's going to take forever at that rate. Let's see, the sky is mysteriously staying blue, which is odd. There we go, it suddenly changed to night sky. Take a look at that. It's a bit different to your standard in-game night sky. So completely different to what we saw on here last time. You sort of come around the end here with a bit different to what you'd usually see on here night times. But we'll pick this up again in the next stream. I'll probably start from the same point and we'll go through to sunrise on here, so you can see what it looks like. I'll leave you in suspense with that one as to what we're going to be greeted with next time. But that's where I'm going to leave this stream tonight, with this lovely sky for you guys to have a look at. So I'll pop a link to today's video in chat. But for now, I will say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream, and I will see you again in the next one. Goodbye for now.